According to the latest court filings and a series of newly reported allegations, one of Hollywood's biggest legal battles may have taken an unexpected turn, and it doesn't center on a courtroom confrontation. Instead, it involves one of the entertainment industry's most recognizable friendships. What reportedly happened between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift has suddenly become a major talking point, raising fresh questions about loyalty, influence, and the evidence that could shape the ongoing legal fight involving Justin Baldoni. But separating confirmed facts from disputed claims is more important than ever. For months, headlines have focused on the legal dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Court filings, public statements, and competing legal arguments have kept the case in the spotlight, while both sides continue presenting very different versions of what happened. At the same time, Blake Lively and Reynolds have repeatedly been photographed during casual outings, prompting online debate over whether those appearances were simply everyday moments or carefully timed public relations efforts. That interpretation remains public speculation, but the timing of those photos has fueled plenty of discussion. Then the conversation shifted dramatically. Attention moved away from paparazzi photos and toward reported private communications involving Taylor Swift. According to an affidavit filed by attorney Brian Freedman, along with information cited by multiple outlets, investigators began examining alleged interactions between Blake Lively and Taylor that could become relevant to the broader legal dispute. Those reports introduced claims that immediately sparked intense public interest, but it's important to remember that these allegations are disputed. Among the most widely discussed claims is the allegation that Blake Lively wanted Taylor Swift to publish a supportive social media message explaining Blake's absence from the Super Bowl. Reports say the proposed post would have portrayed the situation as nothing more than two close friends missing an opportunity to spend time together. According to those same reports, Taylor declined to publish the message. The alleged refusal became the starting point for a much larger controversy. The allegations become even more serious from there. According to the affidavit referenced in the reporting, Blake allegedly possessed years of private conversations with Taylor Swift and was reportedly prepared to use those communications as leverage after Taylor refused the requested social media post. If true, that would represent an extraordinary breakdown of trust between longtime friends. However, Blake Lively's attorney, Michael Gottlieb, has firmly denied those allegations, describing them as categorically false and disconnected from reality. At this stage, these remain competing legal claims, not established facts. That disagreement is exactly why this story has drawn so much attention. It's no longer just about celebrity friendships or social media. It's about whether reported private communications could become significant evidence in one of Hollywood's most closely watched legal disputes. And as more filings continue to emerge, the focus is shifting away from public appearances and toward what can, or cannot, be supported inside the courtroom. According to documents and reporting discussed in the case, one of the biggest developments came when attention reportedly shifted from Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal battle to Taylor Swift's potential role as a witness. Rather than focusing solely on what happened during the production of It Ends With Us, the conversation expanded to include private communications that could provide additional context. That alone changed the direction of the public discussion. One of the most significant reported developments involves Taylor Swift's father, Scott Swift. Multiple reports cited in the transcript claim that Scott Swift voluntarily shared information with Justin Baldoni's legal team, which allegedly contributed to an agreement removing Taylor from a subpoena request. While the precise details remain part of ongoing legal proceedings, the reported cooperation immediately attracted widespread attention because it suggested someone very close to Taylor had chosen to assist through legal channels rather than public statements. That wasn't the only issue drawing attention. According to the reports referenced in the affidavit, investigators were also interested in what was, or wasn't, contained within years of private text messages. Baldoni's legal team reportedly argues that those conversations are important because they allegedly do not contain references to the misconduct Blake Lively later accused him of. Instead, the filings reportedly describe discussions involving creative disagreements and frustrations during production. Those claims form part of Baldoni's legal strategy, but they remain disputed and have not been established as fact in court. Another allegation receiving significant attention concerns a reported request to delete private messages. According to the reporting summarized in the transcript, Blake allegedly asked Taylor Swift to remove their text conversations. Baldoni's legal team argues that such a request raises questions about the importance of those communications. However, Blake's legal representatives reject that characterization and continue denying the broader allegations made against her. As with many aspects of this case, both sides remain far apart in their interpretations of the available evidence. As these claims surfaced, the public conversation expanded beyond the original lawsuit. Supporters of Baldoni argued that the reported text messages could strengthen his defense by providing additional context surrounding the dispute. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's legal team continued insisting that the allegations are false and that the claims being circulated misrepresent the facts. That contrast has become one of the defining features of this legal battle. Each new filing generates fresh debate while the underlying issues remain unresolved. The broader significance isn't simply about celebrity friendships. It's about how private communications, digital records, and witness cooperation can become central pieces of evidence in high-profile litigation. As additional court filings emerge, legal arguments are increasingly focusing on documentation rather than public perception. And with every new development, the case continues to evolve in ways few people anticipated when the dispute first became public. As the legal battle continued unfolding, the discussion moved beyond individual allegations and toward a much larger question: how much weight should be given to private communications, reported witness cooperation, and the decisions people make behind the scenes? Those questions are now becoming just as important as the original claims themselves. Another point that has fueled intense online debate is the contrast between the courtroom developments and Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' continued public appearances. Throughout the dispute, the couple has frequently been photographed during shopping trips and coffee runs, often dressed casually while carrying luxury accessories. Some online commentators believe those appearances are part of a broader public relations strategy designed to project normalcy during a difficult legal period. Others argue there's no evidence to support that interpretation. As of now, those theories remain public speculation rather than established fact. Meanwhile, Baldoni's legal team has continued emphasizing documents, affidavits, and reported communications rather than public opinion. Their argument centers on the idea that the available evidence tells a different story from the narrative presented publicly. According to the filings discussed in the transcript, attorneys believe the reported Taylor Swift communications could help provide additional context surrounding the dispute and explain the relationships between several of the people involved. Blake Lively's legal team, however, continues rejecting those claims and maintains that the accusations are without merit. One of the reasons this aspect of the case has attracted so much attention is because it involves someone with enormous public influence. Reports claim Blake allegedly wanted Taylor Swift to publicly post a supportive message during a period when questions were being raised online. According to those same reports, Taylor chose not to participate. Whether that decision ultimately carries legal significance remains to be seen, but it has unquestionably become one of the most discussed elements of the broader controversy. The focus has also shifted toward the larger issue of credibility. Baldoni's legal team argues that the reported text messages, witness cooperation, and other documentary evidence support their version of events. Blake's attorneys continue to dispute every major allegation, insisting the claims are false and should not be treated as factual. That ongoing disagreement means the case is increasingly becoming a battle over documentation rather than competing public narratives. At this stage, the legal process, not social media, is where those competing claims will ultimately be tested. Court filings, sworn statements, and any evidence admitted during the proceedings will carry far more weight than online speculation. Until then, each newly released document is likely to generate another wave of headlines, keeping public attention fixed on a case that continues to evolve with every reported development. By this stage, the case has grown into something much larger than the original lawsuit. It's no longer just about competing allegations between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. The spotlight is now on the reported evidence, the credibility of the people involved, and whether private communications will ultimately support one side's version of events over the others. As additional filings continue to emerge, each new document has the potential to reshape how the public views this highly publicized dispute. One of the recurring themes throughout the reporting is the importance of context. Baldoni's legal team argues that the reported communications involving Taylor Swift reveal a broader pattern that supports their defense. According to their filings, these documents should be viewed alongside the other evidence already presented in court rather than as isolated conversations. Blake Lively's legal team strongly disagrees, maintaining that the allegations are false and that the legal filings mischaracterize both the facts and the evidence. Ultimately, those competing arguments will have to be evaluated through the legal process, not public opinion. Another reason this story has captured so much attention is the involvement of one of the world's biggest music stars. Reports indicate that Taylor Swift herself has not publicly commented on the allegations, while her father, Scott Swift, has been identified in reporting surrounding the legal proceedings. That combination of public silence and reported behind-the-scenes cooperation has led to widespread speculation online. However, speculation alone cannot determine the outcome of a lawsuit, and the courts will ultimately rely on admissible evidence rather than internet theories. As this legal battle moves forward, both sides remain firmly committed to their positions. Baldoni's attorneys continue pointing to affidavits, reported text messages, and witness cooperation as evidence supporting their defense. Blake Lively's legal representatives continue rejecting those allegations and insist the claims lack merit. Until additional evidence is presented and tested in court, many of the most headline-grabbing assertions remain disputed. What makes this case so compelling isn't simply the celebrity names involved, it's the intersection of friendship, reputation, public relations, and the legal system. Every new filing has introduced another layer to an already complex story, reminding everyone that high-profile cases often unfold very differently inside a courtroom than they do across social media. For now, the biggest questions remain unanswered. Will the reported communications ultimately strengthen one side's case? Will additional evidence emerge that changes the public narrative once again? And when this legal battle finally reaches its conclusion, will the courtroom tell the same story that has dominated headlines for months, or reveal something entirely different? Those answers are still ahead, and as new filings become public,